Good morning, everybody. Looks like we're live and good to go. Just at the perfect time. It looks like we got a couple juvies behind us. They're a little ways back, but they seem to be heading our way. We are out at Eskimo Point. We're starting the tour out here today. I thought I'd just zip straight out. There's kind of a light south wind or offshore wind, and it makes it smooth things out here quite a bit. We get a little bit of ripples and stuff, but those big kind of swells or those big rollers are gone, so I thought I'd just cruise straight out here. Water looks pretty good. It's definitely clearing up over the past few days. So yeah, hopefully we'll get some good whale action here. Oh, there's that, at least one of the juvies. He's on the port side now, caught up to us and maybe passing us by. Yeah, there he goes. Kind of cruising over in our direction. Maybe passing by the underwater cam. Keep your eyes peeled. Oh, a few sets of bubbles behind us. There's a few whales kind of in the area, but they're not venturing too close to the boat. We'll hang out for a little while yet and see how things turn out, and if we have to, we'll head back into the river and check it out there. We might have one adult coming up behind us. Definitely on its way. Oh, and some bubbles behind the boat, so must be another whale down. A couple deeper than I could see. The other adult is staying near the surface and getting closer. Said today's visibility looks to be better, so hopefully we got a good chance of getting some snapshots today. This big one's pulling up on the port side. And there's another one behind him, another adult. Ooh, getting some fish breath blown in my face. Now he's getting in behind the prop. I just seen him do kind of a barrel roll maneuver, and oh, there he is back. Oh, yeah, I got two of them at least behind us now. Awesome, we got maybe another one joining us. Good start to the day. I'm scanning around here. We're getting up close to the point, Eskimo Point. Looking around for some bears, but not seeing any. Seeing they must be doing the tours at the fort today and the Sloop Cove hike. The boats were heading across and dropping people off at the cove. Oh, there's a bear right there. Crazy. Looks like a big guy too. And I finally brought my telephoto lens. Seemed like a nice enough day. I wasn't worried about getting everything splashed or wet. Hopefully this guy stays out long enough for me to get them switched out. I know Thomas has been pretty busy, but if I see him in town again soon here, I'll bug him to get his bear pictures, because he told me he got some good ones. He said with belugas in the foreground and then the bear in the background. It's a pretty cool photo, so hopefully we can get him to post them, or if he just sends them over my way, then I'll put them up on the message board myself. And these ones, if I get any today, we'll have to wait for till I can get them up on my computer, and then I'll load them online. Bit choppy, but hopefully I can get a decent enough photo. He's kind of walking around in and amongst the rocks, so he goes in and out of view. hard to stay still. Very hard. Wow, with the boat rocking, it's almost impossible. The bear, since I'm zoomed in so far, the bear's in and out of the frame, just for how much the boat's rocking, and it's fairly calm. Can't imagine doing this in rough water. Can't even focus on them. I have a feeling these photos are going to be really out of focus. Meanwhile, we got a bunch of bears hanging out. Did I say bears? I think I meant belugas. A whole bunch just surfaced there around the boat. The bear went behind a big rock. Looks like we're getting a bunch of snapshots. Let's see how good the visibility is. We've got some on deck stuff. Whales cruising by. Awesome, looks like we're getting some good photos. Oh, I totally lost sight of the bear. Let's see what those pictures look like. I don't think they're going to be all that great. And it's always deceiving when you look on the little screen on the camera. Sometimes it looks like you got a decent photo, but once it's blown up on your computer, it'll be lots of distortion, or it'll be out of focus. Don't know where that bear went. And those belugas that kind of just snuck up on us, they're moving on too, headed out further out to the point where I believe we'll drop signal, so we can't follow them out there. Hopefully they'll turn around and head back our way. Hopefully that bear will mosey on closer to the shore too. Looked like a healthy bear from what I could see. Probably get a better idea once I check the photos. Definitely getting some nice clear water now. I think the tide's going to continue heading in for a little bit yet, so it might clear up even more. Around a little bit more, see if there's some other belugas in the area that want to come say hi. Looks like we got some awesome pics there, some snapshots. Stefan's been very happy with the results so far, all the great snapshots we've been getting. We've had some really good visibility this year, in and out of the estuary. Last year it was pretty mucky, so, and we spent most of the summer in the estuary, in the river, so we didn't we got some great photos too, but just with this clear water, it makes such a massive difference. So he's very pleased. Wanted to make sure everybody knows that he's grateful and says thanks. anybody tuning in for the first time, the beluga bits. Oh, here we go. We got a bunch of belugas that are showing up behind us. The Beluga Bits is a citizen science project. If you're watching the underwater cam, you'll notice at the top of the screen there's a snapshot icon. And you could use that to capture images of the whales. And then they're all numbered and sent off to be analyzed by volunteers such as yourselves if you're interested. We encourage you to use the snapshot rather than screenshots, just because the screenshots they're not able to use them. But we're looking for images that show maybe scarring or discoloration, notches in the tail or dorsal ridge, anything that's going to set the whales apart and make them identifiable. They want to find out if whales are returning to the estuary each year or if they visit different estuaries. And also we've got some really good images this summer of multiple whales, which helps to learn more of their social behavior. We even got a video earlier on of mom swimming into the frame and her calf pulling up and nursing. She was belly up, and you could see the calf swim right up and start nursing, which is amazing. That's a pretty rare thing to happen. I wonder if that bear might have moved over to the other side of the point, to the Button Bay side. Belly shots of the whales help too to tell the sex of each whale. Say one example why that might be handy. You'll see on some of the images too, you'll notice curvature in the dorsal fins of the whale, or sorry, the pectoral fins of the whales. And they kind of think that it's possible that it's more common in males, but they're not 100% sure. So if we can get some images where we can see that curl in the pectoral and then we get a belly shot, we can start kind of piecing that together and getting a better idea if it is true, if it does happen more in males or if it's the same between males and females. I think this time of the season is probably a good time to start getting those shots too, because if it's anything like last year, it seemed like the older adults tend to stick around later in the river than the juvies do, or the young whales. Awesome, I see Cloud just posted one of the snapshots of the calf nursing. That's pretty cool to see. I watched part of, we happened to be on Facebook Live, I believe, at that time, and I was just kind of scrolling through it, and I got to that part. It's pretty cool to see. And it's nice to see that the whales are kind of at ease around the boat. For that to happen, I'm sure they can't be, stressed out or worried or nervous or nothing. was thinking yesterday, now that the whales are going to be starting their migration north, uh, the population, the Western Hudson Bay population is around 54,000 whales-ish. So all those whales are going to be migrating back up north, and I was just wondering, they eat up to 60 pounds of fish a day. So all these whales, that many migrating, those whatever fish, and I'd imagine, I can't say for certain, but they probably stick closer to the shore, and they're obviously feeding as they go. So man, that would be a lot of. This fish must not stand a chance. It's a lot of hungry whales moving through. Some of the belugas are sticking close to shore once again. Oh, looks like we have a couple visitors. See that nice green color when the whales are approaching. It tells me the water's good and clear today. I always make a list of things that I want to bring for the next year, and on the list right now is a polarizing lens cover like Thomas. Didn't even really know that existed, but then it allows him to kind of penetrate the water a little bit. One of the tough things about getting a photo of the beluga whales is, especially in the adults, when they surface for air, they don't necessarily pop up out of the water. So it makes it difficult. You kind of always just end up with a white hump sticking out of the water. But at least with the polarizing lens, a little sidetracked here right now. If you can't tell, we got some whales coming close to the boat. Yeah, with the polarizing lens cover, then you can kind of get an image just below the water's surface. It's too hard to talk and take pictures and watch these whales at the same time. Got a bunch of them hanging out now. bubbles behind the boat.